What is going on, guys? We are about 1 minute out here from the market opening. Let's go. We're heading into open, and the stocks market is actually falling down quite a bit. There's a lot of stocks down in the red. Now, they're not all falling off. I do got to say that, I got to give some stocks some credit, like Nvidia. But we go look at Apple, and it looks rough. Falling down to like 170 almost this morning. That's going to be a more major support in the short term here. It's bad to see Apple falling this much below its low of day. It's almost down like 3 points. Well, I would say actually from where it closed yesterday, it's almost down 4, almost 5 points. I will say though, from the low of day, down around like 3 points though. So definitely a pretty bad move. It's almost like the big move that happened yesterday at open happened today, but it was just in pre-market. Now that could be a bit of a negative. I know a lot of people are going to be looking for possibly that recovery back up here as the market opens, and I'm going to be watching SPY very close. Let's go over to Nvidia, because it has been holding up a lot better than the other stocks have, opening around 855. AMD, they gap down quite a bit. They at open, they are not really doing anything either so far. I will say, though, it's been like 10 seconds, so I can't fault these stocks for not moving yet, right? But I think that the movement will start to come in, especially over the next few minutes or so. I'm also watching the banks. They had a great day yesterday. If they continue off of that good movement today, that might be where a lot of the opportunity really lies. Let's see, gold. Hey, nice. Gold's moving up. I like to see that. The market's down. Gold is moving a little bit higher. That's nice. It's weird. Gold's kind of been following the market lately. Obviously, it's not like it truly does follow the market, but it's been a little bit more correlated than in the past, in my opinion. We're seeing stocks at all-time highs, gold's at all-time highs. Most people would think it would like inverse a little bit, but it is today, which is kind of interesting. I like to see that. Hey, Palantir recovering back. Okay. Let's see, Disney. They're trying to re-break out off that big move from yesterday. That was a pretty good move there. Man, come on, Disney. I know DWAC was even getting some pretty crazy price action coming in today. DWAC looks like it's starting to fall off at open though, which kind of sucks. Go over to Zoom real quick. Starting to fall down. Ticker symbol ZM. Definitely a bad move out of them today. Baba gap down to JD, Baidu. I'm sure they all did. Yep. All the China stocks gapping down still. Go out to dailies on these, and they're not terrible, but they're also looking pretty rough. Baba's almost making new recent lows. Same thing with Baidu. Sucks to see that. Even with China pouring money into their economy, can't go up. King said if NEO had great earnings, why is the stock down? They actually didn't have great earnings. I was kind of joking with Jason, and I put those emojis after it. But at the end of the day, NEO's earnings were pretty rough. I actually have an article up here for everybody right now, and here's what it looks like at open. Big red candle, gapping down, sitting at 490 now. It broke under $5. Definitely a terrible, terrible move with NEO. Oh, I had an article. Hang on, that article sucks. Let me find, here we go. Wait, it says they surpassed Q4 expectations. I kept seeing that they were missing. Hang on. Literally, didn't that last article just say earnings miss? What's up with this shit? Hang on. Yeah, NEO stock is having a split reaction after the earnings miss, and then the other article says they beat. That makes a lot of sense. I'm just gonna pull it up on Thinkorswim. Make it simple for us. See the numbers. So the adjusted EPS, 39 cents beat the 51 estimate. Sales also beat slightly, so I don't know why they're saying it missed so bad. The hell were they talking about at Barron's there? What the? They're usually a pretty reputable news source, so. They did beat, though, so I don't get that. Maybe their analysts had a little bit worse numbers, so they missed or something. I don't know. But at the end of the day, NIO's starting to fall down this morning quite a bit. Definitely not a good sign. It's definitely missing on the move. Either way. SPY's falling off. What's up, Jerry, Kevin, Veery, Gustavo, Jason, Jay Harris, My Views, Xbox, Paul. Let's go, guys. Thanks for joining up. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button, hit the like. Let's get those likes going. SPY starting to break down below the low of pre-market today, breaking 510 support as the market opens. Definitely not a good look for that today. Big red candle coming in as SPY continues to drop. Yes, Mason, UVXY doing very well into today, up to 695. He's like, I knew it was due. Hell yeah, Mason. It kind of was, honestly. You know, it got really hot in the short term. UVXY could probably go up quite a bit from here, especially if we get a good red next couple days. It'd be cool to see a move back to like 750 or higher here. I think the market would have to fall a pretty significant amount for that, but judging by where SPY is, it could. The only problem I have is just be careful, guys, because just like we saw last week, the market was kind of staircasing down a little bit and then started really ripping back up. It could be just staircasing down a little bit again and then moving up. It's been pretty consistent on these staircases there. Very consistent. Looking at the 5-minute chart of SPY, though, that's definitely a rough move to the downside there. Let's go see DraftKings today. I know they were doing hot yesterday. It looks like they hit off resistance, falling off. Yeah, Mike, Apple's rough, man. They are having some bad news out of China. Everywhere I look, they just have bad news. Yesterday, they got hit with a 1.95, pretty much $2 billion fine with the EU. Essentially, get this. They were not allowing Spotify to advertise deals or anything like that on their app, which is kind of annoying because Spotify, it would be nice for them to be able to do that because they run their subscription service through themselves. Get this, Apple does not get a cut of Spotify's subscription, and they kind of are upset by that. And they have Apple Music to compete with them. So, you know, Spotify might run like a deal if they weren't allowed to advertise all that stuff on Apple's devices, or at least on the App Store. But like it says here, prevented iOS users from seeing alternative and cheaper music subscription services. You could only do it if, you know, you let Apple take a cut. Apple kind of sucks for that, actually. Even with StockedUp, if you join the trading floor, don't join through Apple. Join through our website. If you join through Apple, they literally make you pay $50 more. No joke. It's like a $50 premium if you use the Apple Pay to sign up for the trading floor. It's that bad. Apple takes massive cuts. Mike C says, this is a good time to start averaging in on Apple for the long term. Yes, Mike, this will start to be a good time for that. Now, I'm not sure it's necessarily the best time yet, but it's definitely down quite a bit from highs now. It could go a lot more, in my opinion, but at the end of the day, I would say yes, as long as you're planning on averaging in a lot, Mike. Like, don't go all in right here by any means. Don't put even like 25% of the position in right there. I would do like, maybe, if you want to put like, let's say, let's just randomly throw out a number, $10,000 into Apple. I'd probably do 1,000 here at 170. I would do 1,000 again at 160. Another 1,000 at 150. I definitely would not do too much yet. They're seeing a lot of bad news out of so many places. Hell yeah, Gustavo. And hey, this is actually Tom here today. I know you're new to the stream though, so that's all right. People get it confused all the time, but Ford's pulling back today off of $13, starting to come back down a little bit short term. Definitely not good to see the overall market down as much as it is. That's going to be a negative for Ford, which is now actually kind of posting almost a double top on the daily, but let's go look at the oil stocks. Let's look at ZOM, Oxy. On a good red day, sometimes the oil stocks are some of the best players to watch. They're actually starting to come up pretty well. It's not the best, though. Let's go look at Boeing. Back above 200 bucks. It sold off well under 200 yesterday. Had a great move down, but recovered right back up. Today, that is not the case. 199. We saw that bounce and open. Didn't get the same type of euphoria as midday yesterday. Jerry said, what movie is the Greta sound clip from? Jerry, that's actually not even a movie. It's not even a movie. You'll have to look up the Greta How Dare You speech. She's like a climate activist lady who, was talking about oil companies and stuff, and she was like, how dare you ruin my environment and all this stuff. I'm not saying, looking after the environment's bad, but it's just, the way she did it was hilarious, man. It's like the biggest meme. Oh, it was a UN speech. Okay. King Gary said, how do you find stocks to invest in? That's a pretty good question, King. There's a lot of ways that I like to do that. Realistically, though, I've been in the market for so long that I already have a huge list of stocks that I watch all the time with this watch list here. And of course, I'll add some in and etc. as I go, but I generally try to find, especially for investments, which are longer term, plays and holds, I'll really start to just look at the better companies out there. I'm a big fan of safety when it comes to like longer term trades and stuff. So, I'll look at stuff like Intel, DraftKings, Disney, another great one. And I just eye up these charts, and I watch the companies, I watch the news as it comes in, and I usually wait for big dips to start to buy in, kind of like Disney, DraftKings, etc. That's one thing I really like to do is look at the macroeconomic situation, everything like that, and then start to play off of that. Kind of like we are right now with like the rates starting to get better, right? Like a lot of stocks are blasting up. In DraftKings case, there's a lot of company-specific news going on. They're having like their best profitability that they've had in a long, long time. Or their most revenue and all that. They're growing at a pretty good pace with DraftKings. So, sports betting industry, more states legalizing and stuff. So, you're investing into them while they're lower, looking for that revenue to move up as those states legalize, as they start to steal that market share from the other sports betting apps. So that's a way to invest, looking at situations like that. But also, you need to make sure you're getting in at decent prices too. And just buying up a dip isn't necessarily, that does not mean you're getting in at a good price. So some fundamental analysis needs to come in too. But at the end of the day, you can't go wrong averaging into good companies for the long term. That's really the big thing. Even though they might pull back short term, like averaging into good companies long term is usually a great way to go. But like I said, I usually like to do it on big pullbacks. Meta, where's Meta going? Trade travel. $500 up here at the top. Looks like it's starting to reject a little bit at 500. Today, it's actually about double bottoming off this support. I'm not going to go bearish on it till it breaks back below 492. I really like that double bottom right there. Pretty solid. The market's showing us that pretty easily, too. I like that. But it kind of looks like it's recovering back up today. Don't know how much it's going to go, but looking at 496.50 coming in, that's definitely a major resistance. A lot of chop right here. I could see this support eventually giving out, but today, pretty decent bounce back up off of it. Hopefully it doesn't just chop around, though. Honestly, not my favorite setup on the day. I'd rather find good momentum somewhere else. Unfortunately today, with the way the market's opening, there's not a ton of opportunities right off the bat. So be careful today. Hey, Citigroup's going. Look at the banks. I will tell you what, the banking sector did great yesterday. That could be another shining light today. JP Morgan, Citigroup, all moving. Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs. GS isn't the best, but yeah, a lot of great movement out of the banks. I think that might be one of the better opportunities here this morning. We are watching Tesla down from last night's video, too. It'd be cool to see him break under 182 in a nice way. They've been really selling off. They had some bad news out of China yesterday. Their China sales fell in February, down 19% year over year. That's pretty rough. Hell yeah, King. I really appreciate you. Thanks for joining up. Thank you, King. And just remember, you know, there's always a difference between trading and investing. Investing is more of long-term, trading more of short-term stuff. So I hope I answered your question, right? Yeah, Tesla selling off here. Again, kind of choppy like Meta. Today's a waiting game for me, waiting for these supports to break. And then that's where the opportunity will be. Yeah, Target did pretty well with earnings, didn't they? Running up to 170 now. Continuing. I don't know how much they will continue. They're up 12% now. Their average percent move is only 1.2%. You got to be kidding me. That's a big difference, guys. That's like 10x the normal rise. Hey, is coin starting to go, Harris? That would be awesome. I'd love to see coin and Bitcoin and all the Bitcoin-related stocks continue to go today. That'd be nice. Yeah, Bitcoin recovering up. And is it going to break the all-time high? That would be something else. Pretty good candles at open. Are the crypto stocks the way to go today? Coinbase is just about to start breaking out. The banks are still looking good. I like to see that. Coin is right at resistance. I mean, right on it. Triple topped, actually. Right at 238. So I would bet you if Bitcoin starts breaking out above its high of yesterday, we'll see Coinbase start to go. Might not play out that way, but you would think it would, given all the volatility lately. Oh yeah, go crypto stocks today. Even IBIT, guys, don't forget about the individual ETFs. They're not going to move, though, like Coinbase would, but still not bad. Go back to Meta, starting to chop back down towards that support. Yeah, very choppy so far. Nvidia starting to trend back down too. 5-minute candle, big red coming in. Jason, you shouldn't have gotten hit too hard as long as you bought it a little bit after open. Because that IV is crushing, you know, right as the market opens and stuff, so. Well, it's kind of crushing overnight, but when it opens, it all hits. I shouldn't say overnight, but, you know, in pre-market and all that stuff. Really hits, though, when that bell rings. Yeah, I mean, at open, it shouldn't be too bad, Jason. But it's definitely still going to come into play a little bit. Just not as bad as if you did it the day before. Let me go look at that on Target, and I'll tell you. See if I can bring up the my other chart here. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, that IV crushed. If you bought it like right at open, it crushed pretty hard. Yeah, you did fall victim. If you bought it within the first 2 minutes, you did. You can plot implied volatility. Here, I'll bring it up for you guys real quick. I gotta pop this chart off. Hang on. You detach it. Yeah, here we go. Scroll back to it. Yep. Right here at the bottom is what you're going to be looking at. See that big drop off right there? First 2 minutes it held high and then bam. The crush came in. Sometimes it happens right away. Sometimes it, you know, takes a couple minutes like that. Xbox goes, I know I should have held onto my Apple put longer. Yeah, I know, right? There's been so much weakness with Apple lately. I don't blame you. Then there it is, right around the low of day again. Looking brutal. SPY, same exact thing. Pretty brutal as well. Still seeing Nvidia hold a little bit higher. See, Meta's just chopping around, so. Oh, hell yeah, Xbox. Walk away with it. Nice. Get you some claps there. Come on, Coin. Let's see Bitcoin have a good move. I want to see Coinbase break out. Come on. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's go. It's getting close. Watch Coin today. I think that might be the better opportunity. It's only up 2% now. Just be careful. Bitcoin is at resistance, but if coin starts to break this, it's going to be a fire move. I'm going to make an alert, so we don't miss it today. Go look at the NASDAQ or the QQQ, because it's selling off pretty damn hard at open. Wow, the QQQ is kind of brutal there. Look at the heat map today for the S&P. Definitely red. Let's click on the NASDAQ. Not as red as the S&P, it seems, but... yeah, it is. S&P has the banks going and oil and all that. Yeah, those banks are still holding up well. JPM's had one hell of a move today. I wonder how the rates are doing, like US 10Y. Let's see. Man, US 10Y. Let's see the daily here. Starting to fall back off a little bit. Look at that. Right off resistance on US 10Y. Hell yeah, I like to see the yields doing that. Hopefully they hit off of this and come roaring back down. That would be a great move here for the yields. And I'll tell you what, it's starting to kind of confirm off the longer term trend line on the yields. Look at that. I mean, it's very, very close. I would consider this a hit. That's close enough. Right on resistance. Obviously, that's not going to necessarily make the yields fall, but definitely a good setup to see here. That could even be good for TLT. We could see TLT start to pop back up off this recent dip it's been on. It's actually already starting to happen as those yields fall, so even eyeing up TLT for a bit of a swing here. Not a bad idea. Low key. Really like that the chart lines up too. And of course, Powell and the Feds have to start dropping rates at some point, but so we'll see. Coin busted through. No, it didn't. You lied, Jay. I'm just joking. Not yet. Maybe you mean Bitcoin. Let's see. Oh, Bitcoin got real close. Look at that. I guess it did for a second on Bitcoin. Sorry, whenever I hear coin, I think of Coinbase. Oh, wow. Look at BTC USD rejecting a little bit now. Man, that's not good. Hopefully it can get up through there, but it is rejecting for now. Well, that was a quick turnaround, wasn't it? All right, coin. Get ready on the coin. Maybe 238 calls. If we continue to see it. Bitcoin's right there. What are we going to do, Bitcoin? You going to make everyone happy today, or are you going to piss us off? Which one?
Go ahead. Make my day.
They better. Boeing's still coming up off that resistance there. Let's go back to Target really fast. Nope. Nothing too crazy with Target. Let me see SoFi. Let's go back to the main banks here. Bank of America looking great on the daily. Look at that continuation. Awesome, Bank of America. Let's go. Man, JPM, that is fantastic right here. Man, the banks. I know the banks are a little bit boring, but wow, they are looking great. It's only up 0.8%, but the movement's awesome. Healthcare today, Arthur said. Guys, throw your favorite healthcare stocks in the chat. I'll check them out. We got UNH, we got Pfizer. Nothing really going on there. What about J&J? Hey, J&J's not bad. Procter & Gamble. J&J doesn't really look like a play, but it's not bad. Come on, Coinbase. It's coiling, guys. It's coiling. It's getting ready. Let's do a little drawing here. Why not? When in doubt, draw it out. I'm just kidding, guys. I made that up. It actually doesn't sound bad, though. Low key. I should put that in a shirt. That one sounds good. When in doubt, draw it out. One of the famous quotes of Tom. Tom's only quote. Besides sliding off. Jay goes, I'd buy it. Shit. Xbox goes, you think SoFi falls all day? I don't think they'll fall all day. That's a pretty rough move at open. I don't know if you guys saw the bad news about it. Let me see here. Apparently they announced... Oh, they did. I did hear this last night, actually. They announced some senior notes offering. So I found that to be interesting. But they did do that. All right. Non-manufacturing PMI just hit, guys. SPY starting to pop up a little bit off that. The PMI coming in. Yeah, it's pretty good. Look at that move on SPY. Great recovery there. Let's see. So the PMI came in at 52.6 versus the 53.0 forecast. That's the non-manufacturing PMI, for anyone wondering. So to see it come down under is actually not the best news, but... looks like the market likes it. Although I will say it was pretty close to the expectation, but... BTC busted through. Oh, Coin's getting ready. Look at Coin there. Not bad. Look at 238 overhead starting to run a little bit. Guys, with Bitcoin running, this is where the opportunity is probably going to lie. We need a bigger breakthrough with Bitcoin, but it is looking hot here. Watch out for Coin. It's starting to get hot. I just heard a reload sound in the song. That's exactly what's going on now. Locking and loading. There it goes. 238.50. Looking good. Looking good. Come on. Let's keep it up. Let's get some good breakouts going in. No fake outs here. Bitcoin hit 69,000. Right on the dot. Essentially on the dot. It's hard to say on the dot with Bitcoin because, you know, that's nuts. But there we go. Now it's getting a little higher. Okay, keep it up. Hell yeah, Coin. 239.80 already. There's that breakthrough. When in doubt, draw it out. As soon as we broke out of there, it's been nothing but bullishness. Mason goes, here's where SPY goes green, 2%. I know, right? That's funny. Yeah, it must really, Mason. The halving really has the train going. I'm actually really worried that there's going to be some type of big pullback going on when that halving happens. But until it happens, I'm not worrying about it too much. What day is it exactly? I honestly didn't know about it. The halving, I'm not sure that there is an exact date. Let me see. There's like an expected date. That's the thing with it. Once Bitcoin reaches a certain threshold, then it will have. So you can only guess the day, although people are looking for it to happen at a certain time because, they're kind of guessing like, well, hey, if we keep up at this pace, it'll have sometime around this. I think April 20th, it looks like I'm seeing on this article on Yahoo Finance, they're saying April 19th. I've seen a lot around April 20th. So I guess somewhere around there. But like I said, it's not like it's going to happen right at that time for certain. $420. Oh my God, Mason. That's kind of funny. How convenient. Yeah, right as it's at 69,000 too. That would be funny if it halved when it was at 69,690 or something. That'd be. We're getting nuts out there. It's like Tesla, right? How they have the sexy lineup. Give me 1 sec, guys. Gotta run and get a water. Just be 1 second. We're back. Oh my God, Xbox. I didn't even know that was his birthday, but I don't know. That's weird, man. All right, Boeing, what are you doing? Still coming to the upside. Very well. 202.80. Let's go back to Coinbase. Consolidating a lot up at the top. We need to see Bitcoin get on a big run. Man, and guess what? Of course it rejects, right? Of course. That's a big rejection on Bitcoin. Holy shit. Talk about a fake out, right? Damn you, Bitcoin. Coin's still looking fairly well. If you're into coin, you might want to be careful here. Getting a little freaky with the way Bitcoin's looking there. It's a rough rejection. Not sure Bitcoin can just explode back up from that. Definitely has a possibility to, but boy, that's a bad drop starting. Palantir puts 24.40. Oh man, good resistance there. Let's look at the daily again. Yeah, I actually like it for puts. I actually like it. It might not be the best today. It might go up again and hit 24.90 to 25, but I really like it off these resistances here. With this chop. I think the daily is showing some downside potential, but the market's not necessarily downtrending yet, just pulling back. Like I said earlier in the video, we could see a few days of pullback like we did last week in the past couple weeks. And then we just continue up on the staircase pattern. So it's just been staircasing nice and consistently up. If we see that happen again here, little pullback, move back up, maybe bounce off of like 507, pretty major support coming into play, under 510. But SPY is moving in the red today, though. That's a plus. We want 250 on Coinbase. Oh, man, I wish we could get that today, Harris. Starting to consolidate hard, though, as Bitcoin is rejecting. Yeah, be careful with coin today. It was looking good, but the market changes, as we can see. Starting to switch up on us a little bit here. If you guys are enjoying your morning so far, smash that like button. The market's been fairly exciting today. Not a ton of opportunity out there, but it's been exciting for a few sectors. I know the banks were on fire for a while. Those had pretty good breakouts. Starting to slow up slightly now, but not really bad. Tilray looking good. Let's go look at X, US Steel. I don't know why I always look at this one. Andrew Carnegie would be mad, though. They're getting bought out. I'm just waiting for the day that some news comes out and they go crazy, but it's a no trade. It just is interesting. Don't trade anything that's already gotten bought out, guys. That's usually not a smart thing to do unless you're in before the buyout occurs. Here I was thinking I'm getting into the bottom of the target run-up. Instead, I lost. Yeah, it was kind of right at that 170 resistance. That's a big spot there. It had a good move from open, but yeah, I guess that IV crush got you, Jason. That's... Yeah, you got to watch that IV. That's the one problem with earnings. It's too bad that it happened right there at open like that. I mean, obviously it has to happen at open, but I mean, too bad you didn't get in slightly after. It happens, though. Target puts, King said. I'm not sure I'd go with target puts today, even though it's starting to look like it's rejecting. That's a big run from earnings. Like, honestly, I think... Like, as a trader, I actually agree. I think the puts look great, but thinking it out, it's like, man, I don't know if I want to go after that. I'd probably rather look at, like, Nvidia breaking support, or, like, AMD starting to break support, or if the market does go down, maybe Meta giving out under its double bottom here. It's starting to look like it's trending back down a little bit. I'd probably go with something that has more negativity on the day, but I do see your concept there. And I would say it's better just for a really quick scalp if you're going to do it. Like, you could enter right here, maybe exit as it hits like 197, but I wouldn't try to target too much. I do like this upper resistance, though, and it's already up 12%. I doubt it goes much higher. Excuse me. Look at DXY, the dollar. Yeah, I mean, I look at the dollar sometimes. You know, it's a great thing to look at, of course. Falling off like crazy there at 9 a.m. today. Or 10 a.m. Eastern. But as you guys know, or most of you know, I'm in Central. I'm in the St. Louis area. If anyone ever wants to come play golf, hit me up. The Willis Tower. Yeah, it does. I see what you mean. At first I was like, what are you talking about? It does look like that. QQQ's looking rough on the day. SPY's going lower. Starting to slide off a little bit. There we go. This makes more sense given the PMI reading. But here's how PMI works. I think it'll actually explain it right here for us. Let's see. I just want to make sure that they're talking about the right one from today. Yeah, so ISM services fell to 52.6 from a 4-month high of 53.4 in January. The reading pointed to a slightly lower growth in the services sector amid faster supplier deliveries. The employment contraction. But that's the main thing. Essentially, with a reading like PMI, anything above 50 shows growth, and anything under 50 shows contraction. So if you're looking at PMI and you're a little bit confused by it, that's how these readings work. So I'll read this off. A reading above 50% indicates the non-manufacturing sector economy is generally expanding. Below 50% indicates the non-manufacturing sector is generally contracting. So, you know, it's like contracting a little bit from the last reading, but we're still above 50. So it's just not growing as fast, we could say. So there's still that growth there. The problem is it came in under expectations. But so since it dropped a little bit, that is a bit of a negative. And since it was under the expectation, that's why I was kind of surprised it was moving up at first. But now it's starting to fall back off. So if you guys didn't know how those PMI readings work, hopefully that helps you a little bit. Essentially, anything over 50 is decent, but obviously the expectation always matters. Tesla puts, Zach said. I like Tesla puts quite a bit. I think that's a great play. Only problem is that it's already down under the low of day quite a bit. I would say that you should have entered up here on the break. Right now, it's already almost to 180, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. 180, I'm going to bet $300 that the book map has a big spot at 180. There's probably a shit ton of buyers stacked up right there. And yes, I was right. 380,000 at 180 on Tesla. So that is a huge spot. 380,000 shares there. That is, let's do the math. 380,000 times 180. Let's see. That's 68 million stacked up right there on this stock. Now, I know in a stock market world, 68 million, not a ton, but still, I mean, that's quite a bit just stacked up at one spot. Literally just waiting. That doesn't even count like all the volume that might come in at that moment because things trigger and alerts are hit and etc. Yeah, let's keep watching 180 here. Yeah, let's go look at Netflix for you real quick though. Trade NFLX. Pretty low on the day. Overall already. Looks like it's starting to pull back on the daily, and I would say as the SPY is falling, Netflix is going to be a great thing to trade to kind of follow the SPY down. So I like it to the downside as long as that market keeps having that downside pressure like we're seeing. It's not as good though as like Tesla though, that's for sure. Wow, Tesla smacked through 180 there. Look at that, wiped them out. 296,000 volume on that like millisecond hit. That's pretty insane. Yeah, they do red and green lights. That's badass, Mason. Boy, Tesla at 180. That was a big spot. Let's see if it can get a true breakdown under there, though. It's starting to consolidate slightly since it broke. Man, I was almost thinking that would hold up as a bit of support, so. There's a lot of selling pressure on Tesla in the short term. We go out to that daily. It's rough. It's almost going to make new lows of the year here. And whenever I look at the Tesla daily chart, I talk about this quite a bit, even on the nightly videos. We've been watching this trend line down on Tesla for a long time. I thought on this last trend line break, it was going to finally break out, but we saw a major rejection, just like we saw in the past back last July. So another major rejection there. I'm actually really worried about Tesla getting back down into the bottom edge of this zone. If we start really breaking back below this like 175 support, I mean, we're going to be back in like a free fall area. So I'm going to be really careful at that point of like 160. But man, I could see Tesla getting down to like 110, 120, 100, somewhere around there. Especially with all the negativity going on. But here's our volatility today at 180. Bring it back up on the book map. You can see now 180 got wiped. Now there's a little bit of buyers at like 179.70, 179. You can see them all stacked up right here. Not really too much overhead. We'll have to see if that volume at the moment can keep pushing it down or not. But it's sitting right on 180. Oh yeah, right back up. Now the question is, how much of a recovery is going to come in before the secondary drop, right? That's my big question. Meta, go 490. Wow, look at that, Meta. Man, yeah, we broke 492. Shit. Should have had the alert set there. The good breakdown, though, with SPY moving lower. Great opportunity on Meta right there, under 492. Very quick on that price action. You only had like 90 seconds to enter that at most. Might be dumb, but I bought Tesla calls at 180. Seems to be good so far. We'll sell when the bounce is over. Yeah, I mean, that's not too bad, Andrew. It's definitely a big area of support. I don't blame you for that. That's actually not a bad play. You know, your risk reward can be tight. You can keep your stop loss very tight here. Just realize, like, if there's a good move under, like, 179.50, that Tesla will probably keep going, just especially with the market selling off. But you got to watch SPY, because if we see a good recovery, then, you know, Tesla will probably keep moving back up for you, so. But I do like it, actually, Andrew. It's not a bad play. Risk reward's good. We're seeing a lot of good dip buy opportunities lately. It's just today there's just so much selling, but I kind of like it. We just have to really see if it's going to hold up. Make sure you keep that stop tight. Nice, Andrew. I like that. Nice, nice, nice. And hell yeah, guys, if you're new here, like up the stream, subscribe, let's go. If you don't, Greta's gonna get you.
How dare you?
But on a more serious note, going back over to the bank stocks, they were pretty good this morning. They've been consolidating now the past 15 minutes, 25 minutes or so. That kind of sucks to see. Let's see Tilray, the marijuana stocks, doing nothing. Gonna need to bring up the watch list here. JWAC, is it still on the move? No, not really. A lot of consolidation. DWAC. CVS has been at the top of my watch list all day today. And look at that, up to 75.20, decent breakout going on. Interesting. Very interesting on that setup. CVS. Is this part of those healthcare stocks that are running today? Maybe so. Let's see, Zom, Oxy. Let's go back to J&J. I know they were looking hot earlier. Nothing now. Nothing now. All right, SPY is continuing its sell-off. More red coming in. UVXY VIX exploding today. 5.6% on UVXY, man. I hope you're loving that play, Mason. And Sean and everyone that's in the VIX right now. That's awesome to see. VIX has been pretty consistently staircasing itself here. Actually, I'll even draw a trend. It's been going well off the trend, too. Interesting, interesting, interesting. There's a gap to fill on the VIX, up to 1520. Come on, SPY. Let's keep up this good downside price action. I talked about the possibility of this in last night's video. I did not like the way the market was selling off at open. Not one bit. Man, that's a brutal drop there. Brutal on the day, but hey, great for the put players out there. Meta continued to go a little bit more too. Yes, Grim Reaper says red everywhere. What a name for this move. That's funny. Andrew says they wish they would have bought MSTR puts. Andrew said out of Tesla, really weak bounce. Yeah, that market's continuing. That market, it just keeps going down, dragging down Tesla with it. A lot of downside selling pressure today, all across the board. Like, the setup wasn't bad on Tesla. I liked your theory there. It's just, on a day like this, it's like, wow, a lot of selling. More than usual, I'd say. Not your normal pullback day. Palantir's about to give out again, Xbox. Looking pretty good to the downside now, rejecting hard. Netflix puts, King said. I like Netflix puts. It's continuing to follow the market down. It's definitely not bad. Not bad at all, especially if that SPY keeps going. Netflix puts should be great. Any potential upside on VIX this week? Yeah, definitely. I could see good upside potential, Andrew. Definitely, definitely. Starting to staircase up well on the daily chart on VIX, starting to look good. SPY is way too high, starting to finally pull back a little bit. We still have to be a little careful of this just being a minor pullback, but I think overall it's looking pretty good. WBA busting a move. Pump up the jam. Let's go. Definitely busting a decent move here. Up to like 21.15. Starting to run up. 21.60 at that high. Not too bad. Hell yeah. Keep busting it up, Sean. WBA, CVS. I don't know what's up with these pharmacy stocks. Who do you guys use for your pharmacy? You don't have to answer like the exact address, but just like, is it like CVS or Walgreens or... I'm curious. They just started opening up more CVS's around me. It was always just Walgreens. Forever. And like, the grocery store. Walmart. Yeah, Andrew says Walmart. That's actually not bad, really. Walmart's not bad either. I'm gonna start doing Walmart so I can get groceries when I get them. I never thought of that. Damn, I've been stupid this whole time. Oh, University Pharmacy? That's cool. Hey, Gary and Jason, CVS with the 2-foot length receipts? I didn't know that. Man, the QQQ continues. Tesla also continues here. JPM about to hit the high of day. You're holding calls. Nice, Andrew. Come on, JPM. Let's give it to Andrew here. Go on a nice secondary run. Don't double top on us. That's the only slight worry here, obviously, as we run up, but a lot of good momentum up on the banks. I'm surprised the downside pressure on the market hasn't been putting more downside pressure on banks. But obviously, the banks don't care. They do their own thing. So why not? Hang on one sec, guys. All right, I am back. Sorry about that. My mom called. You always got to answer when they call, right? Always got to answer. Appreciate everybody joining up today, though. Let's go look at Bitcoin again. Oh, yeah, down pretty hard now. Down under 67,000. That's kind of rough to see. Coinbase pulling back, I'm sure. Yep. We saw it happening when it was at the top. We saw it happening. That was one wild move on Bitcoin. Rejected hard. That's too bad, because that could have been a fun opportunity. JP Morgan, still at that double top. Watch out there. Sorry about that. Right, back to the QQQ we go. Let me do Control Plus real quick. How's that look? Is that better? I think it's supposed to be like that. There we go. Tesla looking terrible. It's too bad. You know, there's a lot of bad news with Tesla, and you know, I don't want to sound like a guy who's hating on Tesla, because I actually, as a company, just so everybody is aware, I love Tesla. I think that they're one of the best companies out there. They have, I think, a lot of long-term potential. In the short term is just the only problems I'm seeing. I think that as time progresses, they will do a lot better, but you know, in the short term, just a lot of problems with China sales, problems with margins, demand for vehicles lowering. It's like every day there's something new. Every day something else goes on. Earnings misses the last 2 Qs. Yeah, exactly, David. That's another problem. You know, and that's the margins and the demand and everything hitting on them. But I love their vehicles. I like Elon, so don't go out there thinking Tom hates Tesla, because I don't. I really like it. It's just the stock. And, you know, I'm all about making money. You know, that's the big thing. Are we going to be able to make money on this is the question. And I don't think so yet. I don't think so quite yet. We'll see if they can adjust things over the next few months. Maybe if the stock falls a little more. See what Elon and the company starts to do to pivot. Maybe something big this summer. I know the Model 3 I thought was supposed to have like a redesign, right? That could be kind of cool. I'm not sure if that already happened or not yet, but let me know if it did. Maybe it did in Europe, but not here. I'm not totally sure. I can't switch. Uh-oh. My Google Chrome just crashed. Shit. That's great. How fantastic. I'm gonna lose access to everything now. The live stream should still be going, but oh no. No good. Give me just a sec, guys. Sorry about this bullshit. Gotta bring up the task manager. Actually, no. Something bad just going on in general right now. What in the... I can't even bring up the task manager. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Let me Alt F4 this. What is happening? Look at that. Now everything just went black. Let's bring up Thinkorswim. Maybe they'll work for me. Not even that's working. Great. What the hell is going on? All right, guys. I think the computer just took a rip. Oh, my Lord. It almost seems like a graphics card problem or something. But hang on one sec, guys. Hang on. Let me pull up the chat on my phone real quick. I'm sorry this happened, guys. We'll probably just end the live stream here. Looks like technical difficulties today. This has never really happened, so pretty weird. Hopefully nothing's breaking or anything along those lines, but pray for Tom's computer because it's kind of expensive. Other than that, I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. I know Coinbase was a bit of a letdown today, but hey, there was a lot of good downside potential as the morning went on. I appreciate everybody for joining up. We had quite a bit of viewers today, so that's too bad for the live stream, but thank you guys so much for joining up. If you're new, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Really helps us out. Seriously, guys, such a big deal. Other than that, I will talk to you guys later. Of course, I will be in the Discord as well, so keep that in mind, but have a fantastic rest of your morning, guys. Again, sorry for the issues here, technical difficulties, whatever you want to call them. Hopefully I'm not getting hacked. That would suck. But see you guys later.